Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to a Moss Gets Athletic video. Man, Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul, bro. That was something. That was something. Dang. I just I don't know how I feel about that fight, but I mean, that's the thing. I'm gonna have to, give my respectings to Jake Paul. Like, nah, he handled his like he did. Despite like what the world has to say about him, despite people hating on this man and everything else, like I gotta say, like he did pretty good. He did pretty good. Like that's you don't see that too much. So that's why I'm more so curious, and that's what a friend of mine was saying. Like now it's time for him to get into a ring with an actual fighter, like what he did with that a YouTuber that was like I don't know, like that guy. I think they said that guy did good in a previous fight, but I think when he got in the professional league, like then it was like, oh, this is serious. All right, Jake Paul took it as something serious. So it's like this man wasn't really getting the respect things like outside the ring, so he had to get his respect things in the ring. And so I think that guy that Jake Paul fought his first fight, he did that guy did good, but then he obviously lost to Jake Paul. And then with Nate Robinson, I'm like, man, they said that man he was like getting into a lot of sports, and definitely that was one thing that was said, and I'm like that could be a factor that it was the age difference. But I'm like, I would think that they would detect that stuff like prior beforehand. Like, okay, well, we noticed the age difference. We noticed that this man can't hang with Jake Paul. So we gotta cancel this fight. And I would imagine that something like that would be determined. Like something like that would be, notice and stuff. Like, okay, these guys is fighting like exactly the same, so it's gonna be a hard to tell match, but it wasn't like that. That was a beatdown. Like, no, that was a beatdown. Like, I honestly thought that it was going to like last a while because it seemed like at some point in times like Jake Paul was looking tired, and so that's why I'm like, dang, this might be a good fight. Second round, just man, like I was not expecting that. Wow, that's some crazy stuff, man. Like that's man, that is crazy. So it could be an age difference. It could be a strength difference. Probably might be a strength thing because I'm like, yo, he seemed like. And then that was another thing. Like I don't know, did Nate Robinson get hit in the back of the head? Because to me, it looked like he did kind of get like hit like in this like region of his head and stuff. And that could have been a factor. I don't know, but yeah, it did kind of seem like he did get hit like in the side, like kind of back of his head area. So I don't know. I don't know. Y'all be the judge of that. But to me, it did kind of look like he did get hit in the back of the head. So, but yeah. But either way, like they didn't call it. They didn't say anything. So it wasn't something that they had to bring up or talk about. But I can say that yeah, Jake Paul he won that. He did win that. Like that. Then it was like that. Well, it was the knockdown, and then when he kind of like fell down at him, and then when he like knocked him down, you can. It was the I think it was the third knockdown. His eyes was like big, like when he was going down. Like Nate, he was all like, oh, he was like, okay. And I posted on my Instagram. I'm like, that's when he knew he was gonna lose. I'm sorry, Nate Robinson, but your eyes get that big, you know you about to lose. And so then it just seemed like he just kind of gave up and things. Like he was like, I'm not winning this, so I'm gonna try. And his trying led him nowhere. But he hit his head hard. I was honestly scared for the man because I was like, yo, the way he like, cause he like hit and then his head like kind of like bounced. So I don't know, maybe it was like he just like when he fell like he kind of like bounced, but it seemed like he hit but his like head kind of like curved in, and then it just like went out and stuff like because of just his body weight and stuff. But it didn't seem like it was something like he just like bounced. Like it seemed like his head like went into the mat and kind of like could like extended his neck out. And I'm like, bro, that knockout scared me. I was like, yo, that was scary. That was scary, and I think that's most likely why that referee. I mean, yeah, he called it because he was like, yeah, he's just he got knocked down too many times. But I think it had like it also a part of it like of him just calling it was the way he hit his head, because I think even Jake Paul had to kind of take a double look like, like that. Like that did not look right. That did not look right at all. So, but anyways, yeah, congratulations to Jake Paul, man. Like, I'll admit I was against him, but he won and he proved me wrong. I can say that. I'm gonna be a man about it and say that he proved me wrong. So now I will take his fight seriously. The next time he goes into a fight, I'm like, yo, the next person that he fights, unless they're like a professional fighter, then I'm like, okay, this is gonna probably be a much more of an even matchup. You know, he's going up against a professional fighter, so we now know like this is gonna be like the first fight. This is gonna be the fight that determines it all. If he could go up against a professional fighter and take him out, then we got something here. But I think it's just a little bit too early. Like I don't know. He really wants to fight Conor McGregor. And I don't know, he might get that wish. How old is Conor McGregor? Because I think, isn't Conor McGregor older than Nate Robinson? Nate Robinson's 36. Oh, he's 32. Oh, so that you know, that might just be a good fight. I might have to check that out. Yeah, I might just have to check that out. That would be a good fight. So, but yeah, there's like, then he called out Dylan Dennis. I don't really know who Dylan Dennis is. I do be seeing them in the comments of like posting things, but KSI, Jake Paul and KSI, that needs to happen for sure. So we need to see that. We need to see that. So, anyways, and then no, not KSI Logan Paul. That's old news. Logan Paul versus Jake Paul. Now that's money right there. That's like, you know, that's money, but that's definitely that's gonna ruin a couple of Thanksgivings. But I'm like, it's something else, like, because Logan Paul talked about it on his podcast, and Jake Paul was like with it, and he's like, I know I can beat you and stuff, and I'm like, that sounds like that's gonna be good. So yeah, we just got hope. We just got hope in things. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. It's been another Moss Gets Athletic video. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.